Hello, and welcome back to Lucent GA, a new YouTube channel about the Grand Archive trading card game. I am Cobalt, a casual board game player and aspiring Grand Archive competitor. We are midway through our unboxing of the new set, Distorted Reflections, and we're literally midway through a pack when I realized that I needed to cut off the previous video for time. So let's get right back to it. Hopefully the way that I'm holding the cards isn't too intrusive. I realize my hand is very prominent in the frame, but I just love taking care of cards so much that I really try to touch them as little as possible, only on the edges. Maybe I'll need to change that up if it is too distracting. So I don't play that much Arasana, but it was, I think someone pointed out on the Grand Archive or Merlin's Market Discord that this ally has a subtype of flower, and I believe that brewing herbs require sacrificing an herb or flower. So if that is true, then you could sacrifice her to brew. I don't know why you'd want to, but you could. Oh, foil rare. Really cool. Cool to have like a meteor shower that's foil. The shininess really makes sense flavor-wise. So I'm also happy that I pulled this because it is the payoff for the Astra Fantasias, which could be spicy. So I'll have to grab one really quick. But the Astral Shard tokens that Diana can summon are Fantasias, and Stellaria Shower, if it's star called, you can deal damage to units equal to the amount of Fantasias you control. So yeah, maybe like Fractal of Insight. Not that Diana needs more glimpse, but I guess you would want to glimpse with her anyway. So get the Fractal of Insight going for some extra Fantasias, get the Astral Shards, and maybe you can just spam enough out where this actually does appreciable damage. I'm not going to prioritize building that, but I think it would be really neat if that were a viable deck. Oh, I forgot the rest of this pack. Poisonous Apple. So someone at my local was asking if you Zephyred this Poisonous Apple, i.e. suppressed it so it got banished temporarily and then came back at the end step, could you just return it to under the control of the person who played it, and then they get the curse or what have you of the Poisonous Apple? The answer is no, because when it enters the field at the beginning of the end step, it would enter on their side, but then they would just choose you again, and you would be stuck with it. So Zephyr would temporarily mitigate the impact of this card, like for a turn or so, but it's not going to let you get rid of that hot potato. It is still your hot potato to hold. All right, the other token, I think there's only 2 tokens in this set, the Vacuous Servant and the Astral Shard, unless you count Seal's Mastery in the starting deck. So very different from Abyssal Heaven, where there are just all kinds of tokens all over the place because of Diao Chan's Flowers and others. I'm reading. Interesting. Getting to choose an omen from the top of your deck is pretty nice. This basically accelerates the rate at which Seal can generate omens, because I think just from his level 1, he's limited to getting 1 omen per turn. So accelerating the accumulation of omens, I have to imagine, is going to be very powerful for Seal. Ooh, another foil. She's saying peace. Love the peace sign. The more there is of mine, the less there is of yours. Whoever wrote that has played an island deck in Magic the Gathering. Ether Calling. Yeah, I wonder, so return target ally to the top of its owner's deck. Presumably you're going to do that for your opponent's ally. And that seems like it would be a pretty significant tempo slowdown, because not only is the ally coming off the field and then they would have to pay for it again, which is what you normally see, like if you make Ace and Protector bounce itself or something like that, or like Ensnaring Fumes, return all allies to hands. But the addition of putting it back on top of the deck so they have to draw it again seems pretty mean. I guess not that this would ever come up, but I guess if you're in Wind, Astra, Diana, and you whiff on a Fairy Whispers, you could play this at fast speed to, would that work? Yeah, to return a Wind ally to the top of the deck. That's probably silly, and I'm not a judge, so I might be messing that up. But yeah, come to this channel for the fun but not viable deck ideas. More discard. This one you probably only want to play if you have 0 card, or you only want to banish it if you have 0 in hand, or if there's something that you want to discard. Yeah, it seems super mean, but I don't think that I would, for example, put this in Wind Umber Tristan, just because you almost never want to go hands down, especially as a Wind, more control-oriented deck. You want to have interaction. So if this is getting banished, you're probably getting rid of a card too. Oof, that one was hard. Normally I'm so precise. But better undercut than overcut. So I think I said this in the previous recording that probably won't see the light of day, but for me personally, I think the sweet spot for the number of boxes that feels good to open, especially for a main set where the boxes are larger, is 3, where anything more than that and it gets just a little redundant for me. Okay, this is an interesting one. Malevolent Vow. Discard up to 3 cards, recover 3+X, where X is 3 times the amount of cards discarded this way. Put it on the bottom of your champ's lineage, and when that happens, they get -2 life. I mean, recovering is really good I don't think that my current Tristan deck has any way to recover besides Innervate Agility, which also involves de-leveling. I think the substitution would probably be for a Penumbral Waltz, which you can remove preparation counters to prevent damage from being dealt. And if you remove 3 or more, I believe you summon 2 Ominous Shadow tokens. So it also costs 0, Waltz does. So yeah, would you rather recover a bunch but have to discard, or remove preparation counters but get shadows, not have to discard, and not have to get -2 life? I feel like this is probably going to be better in a Water Seal deck where you are okay discarding like Floating Memory, for example, and probably have more influence. And there's a couple of pretty powerful curse cards, so it will be interesting to see if there's enough critical mass where multiple curse cards get included and you just throw in a, what is it, Exercise Curses, I think, to get rid of them. If you're only doing maybe like 1 or 2 of these in the deck, though, I think you probably just deal with the -2 life pool. The broker's little like bunny with a bandage and his jacket is really funny. Oh, poor little bunny in the cage. I think I like the existing black market brokers a little more, but it is always fun to have more options. Yay, got a noir. I think that art's really cool. The black and white, the detail in the outfit, the cards flying everywhere. I would definitely be thrilled to get a CSR of Noir, but that's fine. I'm happy to get the normal version as well. Wow, time is flying. We've got about 2 minutes until the next break. Oops. Y'all, I promise that when I open these on my own, I cut every one perfectly every single time. It's just because I'm excited to do this opening with you all, so trying to keep everyone entertained while also opening packs. Turns out content creation is a lot of work. Who would have thought? Our footman with no feet. Interesting. This kind of, I don't know if there's been a card in this game yet that keeps an ally rested as long as you control that card. I feel like there probably is, and I'm just not aware of it, but again, it reminds me of cards in other TCGs. All right, and I think we're going to call it right at the end of this. All right, see you in the next one.